Welcome back to the Tyrrell County Public Library Guided Meditation Session. I am your guide, Mr. Jared. Today, we will explore Zen or Zazen meditation, starting with the basics and how you can get started. If you are here to just jump right into the meditative session, click the link in the description to jump ahead. Zazen, literally meaning just sit, is a mixed form of focused meditation and effortless presence, where posture and breathing are the key aspects of the practice. This form of meditation was founded by the Soto Buddhist school in 13th century Japan. The founder of the school was the Zen master and Buddhist monk Dogen. Master Dogen started the practice after visiting China and learning from the Chan form of meditation. Using much of the same practices in Chan, Dogen Zazen was very similar to Chan practice in China at the time. Since then, however, Chan practice has changed and varied, while Zen has held on to many of the same practices and teachings from the 13th century Chan Buddhist school. Though, for our purposes, we are only focusing upon the meditative qualities of the practice. The first step in Zen meditation is posture. Unlike the other forms of meditation we have discussed, there is an emphasis on proper posture and when meditating. There are many different meditative postures one can assume in Zen, but the common quality amongst all is the need to have one's back straight and centered as opposed to slouching. The practitioner's gaze should be oriented slightly downward and resting upon a spot that is roughly 2 to 4 feet in front of the individual. The hands should be rested in the cosmic mudra position, where the dominant hand rests in one's lap, palm facing up. The other hand should be resting palm up inside the dominant hand. The hands should be oriented where the thumbs are slightly touching, and when they are touching, the hands form an oval shape. This meditation requires the practitioner to keep their eyes open. This does require some practice. You can blink, and you do not need to straighten your eyes to keep them open. The goal is to have awareness of your surroundings and your thoughts while not dwelling on anything in particular. If you want to be seated in a crisscross applesauce meditative position, you will need a zafu or a meditative cushion for one of the meditative positions. If you do not have a meditative cushion, you can substitute with a folded pillow. The first meditative position you can use is the Burmese position. Your bottom is resting on the zafu, and your legs are in a typical folded position where the feet are resting on the floor. Another option is the half lotus position, where your bottom is resting on the zafu, but your left foot is resting on your right thigh, with your right foot tucked underneath. This position may be slightly awkward and may make it a little hard to be centered. It is encouraged to alternate legs when assuming this meditative position. The last and most stable position is the full lotus position. This requires much flexibility and is something to work up to. In this position, aside from sitting on the zafu, requires the practitioner to have each foot resting upon the opposite leg's thigh. Do not feel pressured to try one of these positions. What is important is the mental aspect of the meditation, and just keeping centered and your back straight. If you prefer to sit in a chair and meditate, that is perfectly acceptable. The mental aspect of this practice focuses primarily on breathing and observation. In a way, it has elements of a focused meditation, but it is really more in line with effortless presence. When you begin, you will be counting your breaths. Specifically, you will breathe in and then breathe out through your nose and then count 1. You will repeat this until you reach 10 and then start over at 1. If you lose count, get distracted by a thought or something in the environment, hold on to it mentally for a moment. Observe it for what it is, and then let it go. After that, you will resume your breath counting from 1. For more advanced practitioners, they will start off with breath counting and then focus on a thought, the environment, or a koan. A koan is a paradoxical riddle or saying in Zen Buddhist practice that is used to question logical reasoning and provoke realization or enlightenment. For our purposes, we will just focus upon the breathing today, and in a later video we can explore the use of koans and other types of mantras. Now, without further ado, let us begin. First, sit down in a position where you are relaxed, centered, and your back is straight. Resting your gaze slightly down, about 2 or 4 feet away from you. If focused on the video, let's go to a lake. Now that's better. Let's rest our gaze upon the surface of the lake. Breathe in and breathe out. 1. Breathe in and breathe out. 2. Breathe in and breathe out. 3. Breathe in and breathe out. 4. Breathe in and breathe out. 5. Breathe in and breathe out. 6. Breathe in and breathe out. 7. Breathe in and breathe out. 8. Breathe in and breathe out. 9. Breathe in and breathe out. 10. Breathe in and breathe out. 1. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep breathing. If you lose count, it's okay. Just start from 1. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. If you get distracted with a thought or with something around you, it's okay. Just observe that thought or observe the environment. Accept it for what it is. And then move on. Breathe in and breathe out. 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 Observe the environment. Take it in. See it for what it is. Do not concentrate on one thing. Observe it all. Just be among it. And breathe in and breathe out. 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 Close your eyes, and with each breath, bring yourself back from the lake. Now, open your eyes, move around, and stretch out your legs. I hope this experience helped you today, and that you feel relaxed. Zen does require some discipline, but with practice it becomes easier. If you would like to learn more about Zen meditation, there are many resources out there to help you. A few books we recommend are The Way of Zen by Alan Watts, Zen Meditation for Beginners, A Practical Guide to Inner Calm by Bonnie Myotai, Treace, and Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind by Shunryu, Suzuki. If you are interested in more classic works and trying out some koans, we recommend the essential Dogen, compiled and edited by Kazuaki, Tanahashi, and Peter Levitt, and The Gateless Gate by Yamada. Meditation is a very diverse discipline, and there is no one way to do it. So feel free to experiment and try new approaches. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and do not hesitate to contact us via phone or in person if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.